Hello visuals, welcome back to another edition of Superhero Wednesday here on the Visual Guyz channel. That was the most weird and wannabe formal intro I've ever done to a video, and I can only apologise. Hello visuals, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Superhero Wednesday, where this week, oh my god, we are doing the hardest fucking list I have ever done in my entire life. We've done plenty of lists before. My favourite spider villains, my favourite Spider-Men, my favourite fucking superheroes. We've done all that carry on. And I thought, let's take everything we adore, from animes, from comic books, to just films, to comedy shows, to whatever it may be. And I thought, let's take my 10 favourite characters and put them down. Who is my 10 favourite fictional characters of all time? And Jesus Christ, I have rewrit this list over and over and over. Don't get us wrong, the top two are still there. That everybody that knows me knows the top two will not change. They're always going to be the same. But the rest of it's like, oh my fucking god. And there's so many, as it currently stands, that I'm going to go with the list I've written. I'm missing the likes of, you know, people that I adore. Like, I love Sons of Anarchy. Jax Teller's not on this. No one from South Park's made the list. The amount of times Cartman's been on and off and on and off, Butters, and oh, it's fucking a nightmare. There's some classic superheroes on it. I haven't got Captain America, I haven't got Iron Man, I haven't got Green Lantern or Green Arrow. They're comic characters I absolutely adore. Well, to be fair, we've got one character to make it from Pokemon. He was always going to be on it. I haven't gone for any individual Pokemon. I don't know if I could have included him on the list. I'm not sure. I guess it's up for debate. You let me know in the comments below. It was a fucking nightmare of a list. I mean, one of them lists where if you ask me in a week's time, apart from the top two, it's probably going to change. It might be the same list, but a different order. It might be a completely... I don't know. It's a pain in the fucking ass. There are one or two nailed on people that will always be on the list. But it's fucking horrible. It's fucking minging. And I enjoy doing it. But Jesus Christ, this broke my mind. So please, visuals, in the comments below, let me know your top two, your top five, your top 10, whatever. Just your single favourite fictional character of all time. Who do you absolutely adore above anybody else? In the comments below. And I need to steamroll into this visuals because I don't want to do this list and start regretting it halfway through. Be like, I should have added so-and-so, I should have added this. Because, again, people that I absolutely adore, but because, you know, there might be recency bias and stuff, and I might be like, oh shit, I forgot about you, and I adore you. Oh, I really want to add, like, Tails and that to the list. He's not even on. I adore that little fox fucker. Visuals, we're sticking with what we've got. We've got them written down, that they're in now, that we've slid them into the voting station. No one voted. But visuals, here we go. My 10 favourite fictional characters of all time. Kicking us off at number 10 is Rick, and no, it's not Rick Sanchez, and again, another person I really wanted to add on the list, but I couldn't. Well, I could have, but I changed. It's Rick Grimes from The World of Walking Dead. Now, I loved Rick from the comics, but I love Andrew Lincoln's Rick from the show, The Walking Dead. He is so fucking amazing. He's one of the characters that you would follow to your death. But he's also one of the characters that I fell in love with even more because of how his character arc was up and down. He was dictatorship Rick. He was everything's fair and equal Rick. He was, you know, don't kill Rick. Then he was absolute savage. I'll bite your throat out Rick. The show for me hinged on Rick. And don't get us wrong, after he left The Walking Dead, I still loved it. Still amazing. You know, loved Daryl, loved Carol, seeing Negan do this thing. It's Michonne. Love seeing everybody still. But it was Rick. It always felt like every episode I was like, I wonder if Rick's going to come back soon. And every season, I wonder if Rick's going to come back soon. And then to the point now where, at the time of recording, we're 2 weeks away from seeing Rick return. And I can't fucking wait. Rick Grimes is one of the most badass characters we've ever seen come from a comic book or a TV show. I just absolutely adore the bastard. 9 is one of my ultimate... optimistic and happy-go-lucky sort of guys. It's Jade and Yuki from, obviously, the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! From Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. That Slifer Slacker himself. My favourite duelist, without a shadow of a doubt. My favourite character to stem from the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! A huge part of it was because when we were introduced to Jaden, it was obviously he was combining the world of superheroes and Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and I just thought, that's it, done, dusted. You're all I need in life, you know, and saying the whole thing, get your game on, that's game, everything about him was just fucking amazing. The way he would fuse Tricks and Avion, Elemental Hero, Flame, Wingman, all this carry on. He is one of the most optimistic and trust me, when he had his Ubel shit and it went all dark and I was like, whoa, get my boy back, this is a bit heavy. meeting his hero at the start, giving him Wing Kariba, and I'm like, who, you know, he wasn't quite sure who it is. Like, that's your fucking hero, mate. What the fuck's going on? But either way, the way he always wanted to stay with the Sliffers, even though he was one of the best duelists to ever come from Yu-Gi-Oh! But he always wanted to be in Slifer Red because that was his dorm, represent Chumney and Cyrus and everybody. He's so amazing. He's so happy. He made dueling absolutely fun for me. He made me want to, even though I was a huge Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan, I'm playing the card game as it is anyway, he made me want to play it even more. The way he was fusing summoning, using Skyscraper, and then going down the future and using his Neo-Spacians and whatnot, the way he would interact with his cards, your Element Hero Neos coming out and shit, Winged Kariba and stuff. I absolutely adore the bastard. 8 is our boy, who I got tattooed with blue in the eyes. It's Optimus Prime. Now, we said about Rick Grimes being a leader, somebody you would follow to your death. This is the leader of all leaders. It even gets mentioned in the film. I can't remember the fuck says it now. You just want to die for the guy. Optimus fucking Prime. I have had so many fun moments with him, whether it be buying action figures and put them in the little Transformers sections downstairs in the cabinet and stuff, or whether it be seeing him in comics or up on the big screen, you know, going up against Megatron and Sentinel Prime and Lockdown, to the stuff that he's doing against Scourge in the newest film, Rise of the Beast. And such an illustrious, rich history Optimus Prime's got as well. He's so amazing. He's so fucking epic. The way that he transforms and the way he delivers his lines and the way that he does his speeches at the end of film. He's just amazing. He's a big transforming red and blue truck, for fuck's sake. Absolutely beautiful. I love that man, metal creature, whatever the fuck, a robot thingy, an organism, robotic Dr. Robotic organism. He's just so amazing in every way, single shape and form. Even to when he had his little bad spell in recent films and he's up against Bumblebee and you're like, no, don't fight, that's your little buddy and stuff. Optimus Prime was always going to be a dead set for this list. 7 is Raphael. I love all the Turtles. I love Shredder from the Turtles. I love Splinter from the Turtles. I love April O'Neil. I love Casey The Turtles and the world of Turtles is fucking awesome. But if I have to pick a singular one, it's Raphael. And I don't know what it is, because red's not even my favourite colour. It's green, but he's all green anyway, so he gets that point. But you would have assumed, I would have assumed, that I would be more in tune with Mikey. Like, I love Mikey. Mikey's amazing, but, you know, immature, silly, goofy, sort of not taking things ever too, until we get to the last Ronin crack, but never taking things too seriously and whatnot. But it was always Raphael. I wouldn't say, you know, resolute. I didn't, whatever the word I'm looking for. Like, I didn't ever resonate with Raphael, but yet he was always my guy. He's not even the size aren't even my favorite weapon. I guess my favorite weapon probably would be the katanas. But yeah, I love his size. I love him. I love the red. I love the angriness. I love the hard hitting powerhouse of the squad. Yeah, Raphael's always been my guy, and he's always been my turtle, and it's something, you know, it's the turtle I always wanted to get tattooed. He's absolutely amazing, and I fucking love Raphael. Number 6, speaking of happy-go-lucky, speaking of forever optimistic, speaking of sheer badass, but it's Kakarot, it's Goku. Oh my fucking god. That beautiful bastard from the world of take it from any arc in Dragon Ball Super, fucking Z, whatever Dragon Ball you want to take him from seeing him being confused at Bulma not having a tail and not having another little tail, from his constant fights and battles with like Cell, Frieza, the rivalry with Vegeta, the stuff that he did in the Tournament of Power and whatnot. He's absolutely fucking outstanding. The way that he always wants to go one step beyond. Goku could be at his weakest form, and the biggest threat that's ever happened to anyone ever could come down. He could be like, let's fucking scrap and let's go for it. And you just love his never sort of give up attitude, and his want to protect his friends, his weird psychotic want to just fight anyone and everything to training. But it's like, oh, you're super badass and powerful, let's scrap. His silliness, his goofiness. I always love when he's warming up against Broly, and he's sat there and he's fucking doing his thing. He's like, and he's chilling. Even when he gets fucked up for a bit and he comes back out and he powers up and whatnot, he's just so cool and he's so amazing. The first Super Saiyan transformation we see when we were all doing it with him, the spirit bombs. I remember being there as a kid. I'm sure a lot of you were. When you're, I'm giving you my energy, Goku. You can do it. He's just absolutely flawless. He's so iconic. He is, for me as well, he is the face of anime. When I know you can argue it's Luffy, it's Naruto. There's so many people, but for me, he is the face of anime. He is the biggest anime character of all time. Dragon Ball probably, again, for me, I know One Piece and whatnot, there's a huge debate and argument, but for me, Dragon Ball's the biggest anime of all time. He's just outstanding and he's just fucking amazing. I freaking love Goku. Number 5. Again, another nailed on character. Even if he wasn't in this franchise, I would still adore it as much as I do. But it's Aragon. Whether you want to take Aragon from the book, Aragon from the films, whatever, from the old-ass animated first film where he trips and they kept it in the animation weird as fuck. But Aragon, Strider, the King of Gondor, Aragon, son of Arathorn. There is just so much to love about this guy. Let's go for the film one example, because I imagine most people have seen the film more than read the books. But just think of him. The Battle of Ammon Hen sees Frodo's sort of stings lighten up, and his, Frodo go. Lurtz is coming with his Uruk-hai horde, and he just comes out and he just looks at his, puts his sword. Oh, I'm getting fucking goosebumps talking. I can't even see because my hairs are that short. And it just comes out and he's ready to rock and roll. The Battle of Helm's Deep, when he sat there, the wall's been taken down, elves are behind him, he leads the charge. He's so fucking epic. He's so unbelievably badass and amazing, portrayed beautifully by Viggo Mortensen. Such an amazing character, such a badass character. Even at the end, showing his, I guess, humble side when, you bow to no one. He makes everybody bow to the hobbits and stuff. The fact that he was ready to join, the Fellowship straight away by my life or death, you shall have my sword and shit. From going through Mori with him, like I said, Helm's Deep and stuff. When he falls off the cliff again in the Wag battles with the Rohirrim and shit, and he took a little tumble, and he comes back. The way that he fucking opens the doors and that, it's just like, oh, you're just so cool. Aragon's a huge part of the Lord of the Rings franchise. Arguably the main / co-main character. There's a few, obviously it's Frodo and whatnot, it's Gandalf, but he's one of the main / main characters anyway. His little partnerships with Gimli and Legolas and stuff, I just fucking love the bloke so much, and he makes the Lord of the Rings trilogy just that bit more special for me. We're getting into sort of obvious territory for Dan. Number 4 is Ash Ketchum. Ash, to the point, for fuck's sake, battling against Leon, Leon, and finally winning that Ultimate Championship, seeing that music play in, Pikachu giving, its last bit of energy it's got, seeing the Kanto team, the Johto team, it's all the way up to the team we have in the Paldea region, sorry, the Sword and Shield Gala region. And seeing him win that trophy and feeling like I was watching it like it was Newcastle and like the Champions League final. And I'm like, oh, come on. And then, Newcastle let it go. And you're like, no, but we bring one back. And it's like, oh, I was edge of the sheets, edge of my seat stuff. I watched it in the sub version first. But even when I went back to watch it in the dub, it was still outstanding. Like I said, the music coming in, absolutely pumped, ready. And I was like, oh my God. And then saying goodbye to him, saying goodbye to Brock and Misty, the last little farewell and whatnot. The little shot of him running, chucking the stick and peek. Oh, I was in fucking tears. This boy, along with Spider-Man, absolutely molded and sculpted my future and my personality and what I was going to be growing up and what I was going to be into and what I was going to love. A huge part of my love for Pokemon is Ash Ketchum, the way that, he was kind of a little bit like Jaden, kind of optimistic, would battle, but, the whole, friendship and all that kind of, I know it's a bit corny and cheesy, I know that's more Yugi and stuff and Joey that does that, but I don't know, there was something to just fall in love with him about the hat backwards, the iconic intro, the iconic outfit of the blue, whatever you call it, shirt, the black t-shirt, the jeans and all that kind of carry on. The amount of times I would sit and sketch and doodle Ash, and I would forever, as a kid, and to be fair, as a 31-year-old bloke, still sometimes just daydream about being Ash and roaming the world of Pokemon in the Hoenn region, stopping Team Aqua and Magma and doing Groudon, Kyogre stuff. he's a genuine real life hero to me that it feels like, you know, to the point where even as a kid, for every early game, no matter which game I was playing, trainer always Ash. It's Ash. I know the early games it's red, then it's gold, and then we what's he called in the home games? We're thinking in the home games it was always Ash. My name was Ash. Oh, and every adventure I was playing in Pokemon was always felt like I was playing it through his eyes. Yes, I was playing, but I was always Ash on this adventure. Yeah, and I just love the fucker for forever and forever and forever. And the day that he does come back and make a little cameo in the future episode somewhere, hopefully he does, it's going to cripple me. 3, making a podium finish, it is the Batman. What can we say about the Batman? What can we say about Bruce Wayne? I'm so in love with the world of Batman, the villains that he has, and like I love the traditional superhero. I'm good, you're bad. Stop trying to destroy the city. We stopped you. Yeah, good guys win. But I absolutely adore the world that Batman lives in. I love, just put yourself back in the Arkham Asylum game. Going through the vents, using the shadows, using fear, using your gadgets, this story that you're going through, this rivalry with the Joker, the mental stuff, the psychology, the fucked up shit that he has to go through on a daily basis against his, because villains will fuck you up. You know, Captain America against Red Skull, it's like, fight you, you're a German bastard. America, fight. Thor up against his brother Loki, weird magic god stuff. But like Batman, murderers, rapists, fucking absolute wrong-uns, if you know what that means, every now and then. Crazy fucked up clowns that will torture your family. Hospitals getting blown up. Orphanages getting attacked. Mutates. Killer Croc in the sewers. It's just all fucked. And Scarecrow using fear toxins and shit. It's absolutely brutal and it's absolutely fucked up. But reading comics like The Killing Joke, the Arkham Asylum comic itself, just pieces of genuine modern day art and storytelling. The ever-going battle of Bruce Wayne and Batman being the same body but different, completely different. Like Alfred said in The Dark Knight, whereas, you know, Bruce Wayne has his limits and he's like, Batman does not have his limits. Whatever the dialogue is, his relationships with Alfred, the trauma of his past and his parents being the narrative that steers him to the future, being this multi-billionaire that could do what he wants when he wants, but he decides to dress up as Bat and implement his fear on the streets of Gotham City to use his fear and turn it into a fear, yes, but a symbol of good and hope. But like I said, also fear to the criminals in the underworld and shit. Mafia-related stuff when they're up against gang-related shit in Falcone or Penguin and his mob in Two-Face and stuff. It's such a fantastic and beautiful world. Arguably the biggest superhero of all time. I would happily, hands down, admit, you know, Superman, Batman. Superman's maybe the biggest superhero of all time. But Batman's definitely, if not a close second, if not joint top. For me, the big three that the world recognises, the big three is Superman, Batman and Spider-Man. My order would be Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Batman and Superman, but that's biased order. But just such an amazing character. Being able to stand out, right, in this world with literal gods, Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern, the future tech anomaly brilliance that is Cyborg, the Flash. But being a regular Joe and being able to stand up on top of these people, he's just absolutely outstanding. The trauma that Batman can leave you with, the dark past, a way to utilising your sadness and your loneliness and utilising it and harnessing it as a power for good. It's such a fucking amazing and wonderful story. Batman, podium finish, number 3. 2 is probably a nice simple explanation, but it's Venom. But anything to do with... I recently watched Venom with my girlfriend. The first time she watched it, I think she said it was alright. I don't think she fell in love with it by any means. But I think she said it was okay. I don't think she'll be in a rush to watch any more Venom films. Well, Let There Be Carnage and stuff. But Venom's always been an absolute massive awe of mine. An awe? Like, I've always been in awe of it. When it's symbiote, craziness, shenanigans, I've always had like I fucking love this storytelling. Tell me more about symbiotes taking over you. And like the story we had in the recent Spider-Man game. Venom and symbiote taking all over the world, well, New York City, sorry, and going nuts with there. The battle Spider-Man and Peter Parker has with the symbiote, the fact that the symbiote of Venom is its own form, then we could spin off into Toxin and Carnage, Riot, all the other symbiotes. There's loads of symbiotes we can go down. But Venom being, because I know Spider-Man's, like, you know, Joker, Batman, it's Spider-Man, Green Goblin, but for me it's Spider-Man, Venom. I love that dynamic, the spider powers that then influence Venom to have his own sort of weird space symbiotic with Eddie Brock take on the spider symbol and his own weird webs and shit. This battle of this big muscle, roided out, teeth, slavery, drool, shenanigans up against our favourite friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man and stuff. I've always loved the world of Venom and who Venom is and Venom's interaction relationship with Spider-Man and what he can do, his powers, his abilities. The fact that he can, like, when he fused to Eddie Brock and traditionally Eddie Brock, Peter Parker having their past and whatnot. Like, Sam Raimi's Venom, I didn't hate it. I really didn't hate it. Don't get us wrong, it wasn't outstanding. And I know the current Venom films have been hit and miss with a few people. I've thoroughly enjoyed them. I've really, really enjoyed them. Again, I might be being biased because I just love Venom and stuff. But any form we've had of Venom, I've absolutely enjoyed. Even like Agent Venom, the stuff that we see going on adventure with the Guardians and whatnot. I've thoroughly enjoyed all of that. And I just love the iconic look of, like, I have the Venom 1 poster downstairs, but, like, I can, well, the bust, you know, you can't see it. It's on the bottom shelf, the Lego bust. My mask's there. But, like, the crazy misshaped eyes, the piercing white eyes, the red of the gums, the teeth. And I just love so much that look. And like I said, because of Venom, we spun off into like Carnage and whatnot. Carnage being my third favourite Marvel character of all time. Just anything symbiote related, it just feels warm and in my heart. Like when we were announcing Venom for the newest game, I was like, yes. And then if it's a Venom comic coming out or a new crazy Venom story here, there and everywhere, Venom shenanigans in the films, whatever it may be, I'm always like, yes, I love you. Thank you. You're amazing. So it's not as deep and it's not as hard hitting as like a Batman explanation, but just Venom, Spider-Man, it's just peak perfection for me. Shock, I can actually bin my list because, you know, I could have binned my list at number 4. Number 1, is it a big shock? Yes, my favourite fictional character of all time is... Yes, Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. No, of course it's Spider-Man, my friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man. If you were to ask me, to be fair, I got asked at work the other day by somebody that doesn't really know much about Spider-Man apart from the films. He said, what's your favourite Spider-Man? And I was like, Earth 616, and just the normal Peter Parker. He was like, and then the lad next to me pure burst out laughing. He's like, you fucking idiot. You do, like, you remember he's not a nerd. He just meant who's my favourite Spider-Man actor. And I was like, oh, sorry. I got really excited to give my actual on. But anyway, Spider-Man. Give me Spider-Man any way, shape or form. Miles Morales, absolutely fucking love you so much. Miguel O'Hara, yes. Ghost, Spider-Gwen. Give me Spider-Noir, any of the spiders, you give me them. If it wasn't for Spider-Man, I can safely say, I can guarantee you right now, because it was the first comic book I ever got years and years and years and years and years ago, that stepped me forward into the world of Spider-Man, okay, comics, okay, and then Spider-Man branched into Captain America, which branched into Thor, which branched into the Avengers, which then, there's more, there's Batman in this other DC world, and then it Spider-Man kicked everything off for me. I can safely say if it wasn't for Spider-Man, I wouldn't be who I am today. I know that sounds cringy and gay, and not gay in the terms of homosexual, gay isn't like the modern day terms of being gay. South Park will explain it. It sounds lame and weird and just like, oh my god, Dan, get a grip of your life. But I can't help it. Like, it breaks me to my absolute core when Spider-Man's going through. Like, remember when he was getting absolutely, like, he got the fairly shit kicked out of him in Civil War. He took a bit of a beating like the AVX stuff recently. The moment in Spider-Man Homecoming where he's looking at the product, come on, you're Spider-Man. I'm in the cinema just absolutely weeping to fucking crying and being like, what is going on? Because that's my guy. Whenever he gets hit, it feels like I get hit. Whenever he gets a massive win, it feels like I get a massive win with him. And other Spider fans can relate. All the class, amazing memes we've seen with him. The epicness we've been there throughout the entire Spider journey. From seeing Tobey Maguire appear as him in the Spider-Man first Sam Raimi film and whatnot. To then getting Andrew Garfield all giving their own individual and brilliant takes on their own versions of Spider-Man. To seeing everybody return in No Way Home. Just seeing that ultimate sacrifice he has to do. Yes, the mess was his fault in No Way Home. But that sacrifice he knew he needed to that ending of he's just on his own, sheer isolation and all this carry on. It's so heartbreaking, but it does everything right. There's always been this unsort of written rule of Spider-Man can't ultimately have a happy ending. He can have a happy ending, but then there's the but, and then you can have a happy ending, but, like, yeah, he got a happy ending in No Way Home to a degree, but going back to Aunt May's grave, happy didn't know who he was, seeing like Ned and MJ having no clue who he was and whatnot. It's just like, he's the best of everybody, and he is just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. There is a limitation to what he can do, but he will always try his hard. I feel like I'm going to cry now, Jesus fucking Christ. He will always feel like he has to have the world on his shoulders, and he has to do what he can to help absolutely anybody from absolutely anything, from saving a cat in a tree to tangling with the Green Goblin in a burning building. Both of them are just as huge for him, as long as he can do the right thing. And the Peter Parker aspect, Peter Parker can teach you so much, and you can learn so much from Peter Parker. I'm with Jesus fucking Christ, Dad, sort your shit out. Everybody knows you love Spider-Man. Get over yourself. Swag a coffee. Shut up. Fuck. Right. But Peter Parker you can learn so much from him. The way that he balances Peter Parker life of MJ, school, friends, Aunt May and whatnot, and the Spider-Man life of Green Goblins, the Rhinos, the Sinister Sixes, the Doc Ocks, whatever, balancing it all out and shit. And he's just so commendable, and he's just so heroic, and schoolwork and stuff to add on top of that. And he's the best of everybody, isn't he? He might not always win, but he'll do whatever he can to get the win. Like, he'll sit and take a beating if he knows it means getting through to a friend that might not be in the right, whatever story we're going down, might not be in the right frame of mind. And he's like, listen, I might take a bit of a hiding here just to get through to you, to say, come on, snap out of it. He's just the fucking best, and I absolutely adore the bloke so friggin' much. Give me just Peter Parker. Give me just Spider-Man. Give me both. What the fuck was that noise? That sounded like a poster falling, but it sounded a bit scary. Maybe whatever ghosts are living here thinking, shut the fuck up. We get it. You love Spider-Man. Like anybody in my life understands. We get it. You love Spider-Man. But yes, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, any spider-related stuff, you give me it, and I am fucking there. But at the time of recording, Madam Web isn't even out, and I know for a fact that film's going to be very... but I will do my absolute hardest to be so biased, because it's representing the world of spiders, and I need to represent and say, listen, I'm going to show up for you, even if you're a bad film. I'm going to fight the people that slated it, and the people that slated it are probably going to be right, because it doesn't look amazing. But I'm so biased towards the world of spiders. I'll defend anything that comes from that world. There we have it, visuals. My 10 favourite fictional characters of all time. Like I said, come back next week and we'll have a completely different list, apart from Spider-Man, Venom and Batman, and the other absolute nailed ones like Ash and Prime and stuff. But yes, visuals, let me know what you think of my list in the comments below, and I definitely want to hear your favourite fictional characters of all time. I need to know what yours are. Even thinking now, I wanted to add like the likes of WWE wrestlers like John Cena, but I didn't know if I'd get away with that and whatnot. There's so many people I wanted to add in it. Mario, and all these gaming legends and shit. Fuck knows, visuals. We might have to redo this list again in the future. Again, like I said, I know some of it might be recency biased, but whatnot. And like I said, Spider-Man's never ever going to be dethroned. But visuals, there we go. My 10 favourite fictional characters of all time. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. We'll always keep being you. But more importantly, keep on web slinging on.